On this episode of Where Are We Going Now? Today, we're going to the Hirshhorn. The Hirshhorn is a contemporary modern art exhibit within the Smithsonian. It has a variety of different interesting art.
Ready to speak to you. I'm excited for you to try high. Let's celebrate with a selfie.
We started off with that really cool robot, and after that I just can't imagine what's ahead of me. It completely threw me off. Wasn't expecting to have this little guy come up and greet me, stick out his hand. Anyway, so we're going up to start once again. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. It seems to be working out really great for us. So cool, and you get to push something on his little screen, so I'm going to do that and see what he does.
Check these out. What would you like?
Take a selfie.
Wait, I need to make sure I look good. So, photos. Ready? I strike a pose and you come next to me.
Okay.
Okay, you can stand up beside me.
Oh, guess what it
I'm ready. Say cheese!
Cheese! Cheese!
Great!
That was a great way to start my experience playing with a robot. So now we're inside the gallery itself, and we're going to make sure that we take lots of photos, but also respect the no flash policy. That is as soon as you walk in the door. There's some really cool stuff that I've already seen, so I can't wait to get moving around. I just can't stop smiling now because of that robot.
As a person who truly enjoys the arts, I knew that I was in store for quite the treat coming into this particular gallery. Only the best of the best make it into these hallowed halls, and I was very excited coming up that escalator to see what I would find next. In this first hall here was a very unique collection, and as you can see, the devil is in the details. The closer that you get to each one of these pieces, the more intricate the design actually happens to be. Not to mention, there were so many different things that there's no way I could have shown everything that was on this floor, so this is only a small collection of some of the first room. And from this floor, you can see the entire National Mall area, which is absolutely spectacular. Everything from the Capitol to the other Smithsonians. But back inside, let's look at some more art. Inside this gallery, you'll notice there's a speaker on the wall. That's because you can hear the art as well. Around you, you see these beautiful visuals that explain the story, but while you're looking, you can also hear the story itself, making you a fully immersed piece of the artwork. Now this one, I will honestly say I felt like I was watching a video game, but you can take this one so many different ways. I would love to know if you have been to this exhibit before, and if so, how did you interpret this particular piece? I was just sitting there baffled and watched it twice over because it's just insane. The whole thing. It's crazy.
that piece was cool because it can't exist without you being present, because otherwise there's absolutely nothing there to be seen. Believe it or not, this section is about Pickett's Run, which, of course, is one of the Civil War battles. It's an abstract version where you can see lots of interesting materials used in the design, including these climbing cables. So, all in all, when you step back, you get a big visual image. When you're up close, it just looks like a bunch of stuff. I think one of the things that I take away from this is how many layers there were to the war itself. It wasn't just one thing that created it. There are all of these little layers, and some of the paintings or pieces, you see something that is an image behind an image, and this is one of those. I think the best thing about this particular piece is they don't necessarily only have the cell phone stop. They actually have something that explains each one of the canvases, because there are a total of 8 and they're all placed within this circular section. So whenever you look at them, it tells a little bit about what their names are, so you can know which one that you're looking at and see what the semblance and the inspiration behind that one image was. We're about to go into this room because it's actually open, so we're going to check out what this one has to offer. This couple of sculptures really interesting. Reason being, they're people, but they're not upside down like a lot of the work is. And it's really interesting because they have these huge shoes and these just primitively painted clothes. But it's very interesting to see them because they're like a modern totem pole. I guess that would be the best way to say it. They look like a modern totem pole. Entire series called Orange Eater. It's literally people eating oranges upside down. Again, everything is upside down, and there's probably a symbolic reason as to why. I think I just went into the exhibit backwards to find out. The sculpture behind us is one of the first of the sculptor. It was mistaken that the extended arm was an homage to the Nazis. However, it was not. And so his work during the 80s was considered to be controversial, in large part because of this. Coming into the area about the 70s, his art wasn't always so abstract, but has always been upside down. These are more true to form humans versus the more abstract version that he later constructed in the 80s and beyond. It's interesting to see how his style changed so drastically. As we continue to escape through time, in the 60s, again, different forms, different fashion of style, and even further back, even more of a difference. As you can see through this painting, it looks nothing like his later works, except for the bold color choices and the sharp lines that he used in some of his areas. It seems as though as he evolved and his art evolved, that it bred a new thought process, almost in a schizophrenic way. It appears this is the second showing of Baselitz here at the Hirshhorn. Originally he was brought here in 1996, and now they're doing his lifetime of work. His style evolved from a German community that didn't really appreciate what he had to say. They considered him indecent in many instances, and on more than one occasion his works were seized. Some of these works are now gone forever. We've come down to the bottom floor and everything here is marked with amazing words. I just took a picture with the believe sign, which you see right here, and we're about to enter into our last exhibit area. I am really excited just based on how this place looks.
Nope, guys, this thing isn't moving. I'm really happy that the camera picked up on this because typically you can't see it, but it looks insane.
So that last exhibit, very interesting, talking about what it's like to be invisible and how to be invisible, and then a scientific approach to creation in a very weird way that there was no way that I could film because there's just so much going on.
Light beam, when you're on the ultralight beam, this is a God dream, this is a God dream, this is everything.
I did unfortunately have to mute this one, but I wanted to go ahead and leave up some of the visuals. This presentation was absolutely spectacular and combined several different clips throughout history and throughout culture, and it was amazing to watch. I sat through it twice. Again, it's pretty lengthy, but it's one of those that is very thought-provoking and leaves you with that choked up feeling by its end.
In our last exhibit, I quite possibly found a new artist that I want to follow and find out more about, so I'm going to have to look this person up now. I was not expecting to be in there quite that long. There were so many interesting things though, and I would rather make a quality stop out of a place that I really enjoy than to just breeze through it just to go get some more content. So, sorry, I took my time. Probably doesn't reflect in the amount of minutes of this video because there were entire rooms I didn't video.